everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about all the weird, very weird teachers that I had in secondary school, because my primary school... Oh! I guess you don't want to know. That was a bit rude, but okay. So in my primary school my teachers were quite normal, I should say. They're just normal teachers, just nothing strange about them. But when I went to secondary school, that's when it got weird. So I'm going to jump right into this. So, in year 7 I had a teacher, we'll call him Mr. Book. We'll call him Mr. Book because that's the first thing I saw. So, Mr. Book, he was a very strange teacher, kind of strange. So when I say he's a weird teacher, like, he just wouldn't be your typical teacher. So for example, he would like shout in your face and scream this close to your face. So one time we were in class, we were sitting there, he was talking, doing his bit, and this kid was talking. He said, "You, boy," and this kid was like, "Oh no," he goes, "Come here." He goes, "No, I'm not going to come over there because you're going to shout at me." He said, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Just come over. Just come over." And he went over, and this is what happened. So he would be like, "Come here, boy," or "Come here," to the girls. He wouldn't say girl, he'd just go, "Come here," and they'd walk up to him. So he'd be face to face with them, really close, and he'd take a step back. He'd look them in the eye. He'd go, "You idiot!" and slam a book by their feet. Which it's not like. So he didn't get done for attacking children, just books. You weren't expecting all teachers to do that, would you? Let's be honest. Another thing this teacher would do was that when he'd explain things, he'd have to act them out. So, for example, we were talking about I think it was the food chain, because this was when we were in year 7, so we were quite young. We were talking about the food chain, and this is what he did. The lion stalks the zebra. The lion jumps onto the zebra. He jumped around the classroom like a nutter. So another class that I had in school was electronics. So we used to do little circuit boards and just have a little fun with that. It's in our textiles. We have 4 main textile groups, and that was one of them. And we had a teacher there, we'll call him Mr. Board, I guess. We'll call him Mr. Board. Or Mr. Bike, let's call him Mr. Bike. So Mr. Bike, he had an accident on a motorbike ages and ages and ages ago. But every single time he'd come into his class, he would make sure that halfway through the class, he'd pull up his whole trouser leg, get his leg out, and plonk it on the side and go, "Look at my leg." And he made sure he did every class, even if you've been in this class for ages, go, "Look at my leg, this is from this, this is from this, this is from this," and he'd put it right in your face. Like, saying like my bruise was his, like, injury, he'd really shove it right in your face. Look, 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 look. He'd always get his leg out like someone wants compliments. And one time, this isn't like a weird thing about him, but it's just funny. He was walking down our flight of stairs in the maths block, which was like 3 flights of stairs, and there was a used package, shall we call it, on the stairs, and he slipped on it and he fell down. And I know it's not funny, but it's funny. And he had to have a neck brace, all because some kids got a bit freaky at school and left their business on the stairs, which is quite funny. So all in the same year, we're still in year 7, I had a French teacher called let's call him Mr. Eccentric. And Mr. Eccentric was very passionate about things. So one thing that he was very passionate about was his movie Tintin. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Tintin. I'll put a little picture of Tintin here so you know, it might jog your memory. But he loved Tintin. He loved Tintin. And he put a video up of Tintin. We had to have a whole like class dedicated to him. And while we're watching the movie, we all take a glimpse at him. And he's in the corner crying. He is crying because we're watching Tintin and he loves him so much. And then when he took the video off, we're like, "Oh sir, like, why are you crying?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just emotional, blah blah blah." And then for some reason he started talking about being bald. And he was like, "I'm bald because it's in my genes." And being in secondary school, people took the mick out of him because he said, "It's in my genes." They said, "Oh, what do you mean your jeans? You're not wearing jeans," and that started, and he got very angry very quickly. and he used to snap and scream. Again, I don't know why these teachers have screaming issues, but they do. But yeah, no, that's one weird thing he did. And then another lesson that we had with Mr. Eccentric, he put on a video of Rihanna. We watched all her music videos for about 30 minutes, and he was telling us how sexy and beautiful she is, and it was just a bit awkward and a bit weird. Yeah, and he used to run around the classrooms telling everyone this is how you ride a horse. He was doing basically the Gangnam Style dance. I don't know if Gangnam Style was out then when I was in year 7, but he used to just run around like pretending he was riding his horse. He'd do loads of weird actions, and it was a bit weird. The last thing that he did that was quite weird is class had just finished with him, so everyone was leaving, and he stopped me and my friend from leaving, and I was like, oh, okay. And he like turned around, locked the door, which in my head I was going, oh no, here we go, I'm going to fight this teacher, I'm ready to throw some hands, and I was going and yeah, so he locked the door, and I was like, oh no. So me and my friend were like just walking backwards a bit. We were against the table. I had my fingers, it locked in the seat, so I was ready to swing. Because I didn't know what was going on. I just went to the worst case scenario, so I was getting ready. And he said, oh, you two are my favourite students ever. I am going to buy you something. What do you want? And me and my friend were just like, nothing. And he said, I'm going to buy you anything. Our t-shirt, I'm going to buy you a t-shirt. Never got that t-shirt, just saying. But bit weird, because why is a teacher going to buy me something? So moving on to another weird teacher that I had. Okay, I was in a music lesson and I was in year 8 or 9, I believe, so a year up. Getting worse. So we're in my music lesson, and we have a supply teacher. Oh, was he a supply teacher? No, he was our new teacher. So our old teacher just left and our new teacher got brought in. We were like, okay, we'll get used to this, blah, blah, blah. And he was very, very annoying, and he was really rude to everyone. He just wanted it his way or no way, like... He was a new teacher, he's wrote his name on the board. We'll call him Mr. Music Man, because I couldn't think of anything else. So Mr. Music Man, he was weird already. He used to try and be cool with the kids and use slang, and he'd put on music videos during lesson, like random people on YouTube singing songs. So one weird thing he did was he put on a video of this very old man sitting on the toilet with his guitar, just playing and constantly saying the F word over and over again. I hate you, I did, blah blah blah, and yeah, so I'm not put this there because my mum watches these videos. So he put that on, and we were all sat there like, what is going on? And then what else happened? He used to make us write lines if we did something he didn't like. We'd have to sit there and just write lines and lines and lines. So if you don't know what that is, I'm sure every school had it. Well, no other teacher did this to us. He's the only one where we had to literally sit there and write, I will not do it. Like Bart Simpson on Simpsons, when he has to write on the chalkboard, but we have to do it on paper. And yeah, he used to make us do that all the time. We wouldn't even learn anything during a lesson. If someone said anything about not learning anything, he'd make us sit there and write lines. So it was, I don't know, it was weird. But the weirdest thing he ever did, we were sitting there one day, he's talking about music, he has a cup of coffee in his hand. Another one of our teachers walked in, we'll call him Mr. Baldy. Mr. Baldy walked up to Music Man and he got his finger and dipped it in his coffee. And we were all like, okay, that's a bit weird. But then, Mr. Music Man turned to him and sucked his finger. Mr. Music Man sucked the coffee off of Mr. Baldy's finger. What? Why? Everyone was just very confused and weirded out. And after that incident, we never saw Mr. Music Man again. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. But it was very weird, and I didn't want to see that. And because we were all weirded out by it as well, he made us write lines. So another weird teacher we had was my maths teacher in year 9, I believe it was. Yeah, year 9. And he was okay. He was an alright teacher, like he taught us stuff, he was really nice, but he just did some weird things. So for example, one time we were in the lesson and he said, right, Hold on a minute, I'm going to pull up my YouTube video. He's on YouTube, by the way. I won't tell you what it is because confidentiality, but you can probably find him. And he had a video of himself sitting on the toilet. I don't know why everyone has to sit on the toilet for YouTube. And playing his guitar, and he was singing songs about math. I don't remember what his exact words were, but I always remember that he had a song about maths and it was on the toilet, and I know what his YouTube video is because I found it the other day. It's not really something you show to children in secondary school. Or teenagers, sorry, in secondary school. It's a bit weird. One time he made me, for some reason, I walked to the classroom, sat down on my seat, got all my books ready, and for some reason he made me go to the front of the class. He went back and sat in my seat and he wanted me to teach everybody. Why? I mean, I know it's a normal thing, it's not weird, but it's just, why? Like, teach a class, mate, I'm not a teacher. We had a teacher that taught English, and if something happened where someone wasn't doing what she asked them to do, or someone was talking over her, she would just cry. She'd just cry and walk out the classroom in tears or sob, and it's not weird, but it's just a bit like, are you okay? Like, so yeah, that's all the teachers that I had at my school that are quite weird. We also had the good teachers as well, as everyone does. The English teachers are obviously the best. But yeah, if you like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below if you have any weird teachers at your school as well. If you'd like to subscribe, then I upload weekly on Saturdays at 8 PM, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hit me. Sorry, did you hear them click on my knees? I'm getting old. Sorry, look. Sorry.